was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. With my love Natari in the castle east.
Hello everybody, this is maxgamz and I'm playing Costume Quest 2 on the PlayStation 4. I played the first Costume Quest on the PS3 a while back, and it was a really fun game, so when I saw the sequel I decided to go ahead and pick it up. And although I liked the first one a little bit better, Costume Quest 2 was still a lot of fun to play. This one picks up right where the first one left off, only this time around you're fighting against the evil Dr. Oral White, DDS, who's trying to end Halloween and outlaw candy forever. And so begins an epic quest across time to stop the evil Dr. White, who has stolen a magic talisman and has summoned the evil Repugians, who those of you familiar with the series may remember are the main bad guys from the first Costume Quest game. Gameplay in Costume Quest 2 is largely exploring the areas thoroughly, looking for candy along the way, talking to NPCs, and looking for various quests that you can join. Some of them are just side quests and are optional, but some are required for you to progress in the main storyline. The areas you explore in Costume Quest 2, although not very big, are full of hidden nooks and crannies, which encourage you to explore thoroughly. As you explore the different areas in Costume Quest 2, you can go trick-or-treating at all the neighborhood houses. Sometimes when you knock on a door, a person will answer and they will give you candy. Other times when you knock on a door, however, you don't get so lucky. Sometimes a monster will answer and this results in an immediate battle. Combat in Costume Quest 2 is turn-based and very much like some of your older RPG games, like some of the older Final Fantasy games, and that you got your people on the left side and then you got the enemies on the right side, and then you take turns. But there's also a time button press factor involved, whereas if you hit the attack button right before you hit your enemy, damage is increased, and if you hit the block button right before they attack you, damage is decreased, depending on how well your timing is. Each costume in the game has its own unique special ability in combat, most of which are really cool to watch and quite powerful. And healing after battles is done by either eating your candy, which you find plenty throughout the game, or by going to a water fountain, which also doubles as your save point. As you progress through the game, there are creepy treat cards that you can find or you can purchase with the candy that you collect throughout the game. Each of these gives you unique special offensive and defensive capabilities and are a nice addition to the game, considering that each costume only has one attack and one special ability that give much needed variety to the gameplay. Costume Quest 2 is a good family-friendly game that's fun for people of all ages. It has good graphics, decent story, and it's just a lot of fun to play. My only complaints about it are the fact that there are no voice acting in any of the cutscenes, and then the game itself is a little too short. But when you consider the fact that it only costs $15, it's easy to overlook these minor flaws. I highly recommend this game.